to see the back and you Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell. Ring the little bell so you are notified when new videos drop. And we are up to way 29 of the 48 Ways to Wisdom. We are plowing through this. We are into week 5. This is the beginning of week 5 of the Omer, a 49-day period. It's 7 weeks of 7 days, 7 weeks. Of intense spiritual growth, or potential for intense spiritual growth. So in this period, Orthodox Jews, some of them, not many. To be honest with you, not many. I'm one of the. I'll tell you a Jewish word. Meshuggah from crazy religious. I'm one of the Meshuggah from people who actually do take this stuff seriously and try to get the most out of it. So they're full of spiritual potential in this time of year. And so one of the ways to actualize it is to take a few minutes every day and study one of the 48 Ways of Wisdom. What are the 48 Ways of Wisdom? These are 48 ways of acquiring greatness. These come from a codification of Jewish law called the Mishnah from about 2,000 years ago. One of these tractates of Mishnah is called Pirkei Avot, Ethics of Our Fathers, which is a good advice throughout the ages. And one of those are these 48 Ways to Wisdom, which are basically ideas, attitudes to have, that if you make them something in your life, it will help you get to greatness, right? That's exactly what it will help you climb your way to greatness, and keep your head above the waters of mediocrity. I guess so. Fine. Before we get into it, can you hit the like button? That'd be freaking awesome. Can you hit the share button? Even more awesome. I didn't know how you can be more awesome, but no, that is a way to be more awesome. Hit like, share, subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much. YouTube often takes my subscribers away. Often does. So if you're subscribed, make sure you're still subscribed. And if you're not subscribed, if you can consider hitting the subscribe button, that'd be really, really, really nice. Thanks very much. Fine, so let's look at this way to wisdom. Way 29, subtle traps of arrogance. So I don't really like the titles they give it. So the Hebrew of this is Ein machzik tova le'atzmo. Don't give yourself good. Don't claim credit for yourself. This is a strange one. Why shouldn't you claim credit for things you do? You should, be happy with your accomplishments. I would say somewhat proud of your, accomplishment, but you shouldn't become a prideful person. That's what it's saying. Pride is arrogance, and arrogance is death. Arrogance is the death. Is death on a lot of levels, right? Which is what this basic way is. So let's say you've accomplished something. Take pleasure, but by all means take pleasure in your accomplishment. I would say even be proud of them. But that pride has to be in context of like. I was fortunate enough to be able to achieve this rather than I achieved this, and that's really the crux. That's the juxtaposition of it. One has gratitude and humility, and still you get the total pleasure of doing it. The other one makes you into an idol, builds you up, and makes you think you are God's gift to the world. And let me tell you, God's got a lot of gifts. You could be one, but not with that attitude. Pride of accomplishment. So people accomplish things and they think, I did it. Mostly not. They're in the right place, the right time, and they got lucky. That's really what I mean. Some people have strategically put themselves in the right place at the right time and strategically lucky. But essentially, it's all of it. It's all about putting making the opportunities for yourself. But really, luck is the main thing. And you got to really be aware of arrogant people, because pride generates arrogance, and arrogance means arrogance closes yourself off to the world. Arrogance fills yourself up, and it makes you impossible to hear anything else, right? And I think that's probably one of the things destroying the world right now. So here we got this self-righteous pride. Self-righteous pride is something that, again, destroying the world at this moment. Arrogance about one's goodness is most dangerous, because it comes in the name of goodness that many of the world's most evil acts are performed. Yeah, cancel culture, for example. I think that cancel culture is one of the most evil things I've ever seen. all done by people saying they're being really, really, really good. No, you're not. No, you're not. Good people tend to be good. Good people don't want to be bad. Did you ever hear somebody say, "I never hurt anyone in my life"? That would be a fine accomplishment if it was true. It's hardly likely, though, that he never once insulted his family or friends. You hurt people without realizing it. Also, there are many higher levels of goodness, like fighting for social justice. Yeah, but that's why they do it. That's why they fight for social justice, so they can ignore their lives, to fill them with pride, to fill them with arrogance, to make them feel that they are the greatest people ever. The reason they need to feel that they're the greatest people ever is because they know how utterly useless they are, and how what an utter failure and what a detriment to society they are. Arrogance in society, and you can really tell this is dated the way it was written. We are all in some way proud of our society, country, or culture. Well, again, I think that's the natural state of event. I think America and the Western world has been whittled away over the last 20 years. So we have a generation now who are not proud of their culture, which is why I think their culture is falling apart. But naturally speaking, people are proud of their culture. So up until about 10, 15 years ago, let's say you're born in America, you are proud to be an American. You are proud to be, you're proud of the accomplishments of your country and of your society. Equally, if you're Russian, you are proud to be a Russian. Chinese, you're a communist China. People are proud of the accomplishment of the world, and that's a universal truism, right? That people are always proud of their culture, unless, again, as we see today, that there's been I would say a directed attack at cultural pride of the West. So the 48 ways of wisdom are crucial to evaluate it is crucial to evaluate your convictions. Otherwise, you're blindly following along with the product of the society. Yeah, listen, if your opinions happen to match your society perfectly, that means you probably haven't thought about them that much, right? That means you just again, it's human nature. It's human nature just to quietly go along with it. So trace the origins of your values, define them. That's really good advice. Objectively determine whether those are good values, and make sure they're your own. Yeah, you'd be surprised when you look at it. Right, you'll be surprised. Like again, look in Western civilization, and people ask themselves: Is it? Am I proud? Do I hold the value that I think men and women are interchangeable? Do I hold that value or not? And it's very scary to say no, because the whole of society tells you that you absolutely have to be. Arrogance is an obstacle to wisdom. Yeah, prideful arrogance is an obstacle to wisdom, because nobody can ever hear anything if they're full of it. Have you ever tried to have a conversation with one of these social justice warrior progressives that wants to cancel people? Have you ever tried to have that conversation? Yeah, it's impossible, because they can't hear anything because they're too full of themselves, right? The medicine that cures arrogance is oftentimes God comes along and makes a fool of you. Right, that's one of the big, again, if you believe in God, that's one of the big medicines to arrogance. What happens to a big talker when a great person walks in the room? He becomes mysteriously quiet. Yeah, I've noticed that. The best medicine to arrogance is a realization that God put us on earth to achieve great things. Again, I guess you got to be religious to get this. We all want to be the one to hit the winning game ball, hit the game-winning home run. If you acknowledge this need for greatness, you'll realize that no matter what you've done, you haven't yet begun to fulfill your potential. But if you don't, if you acknowledge this need for greatness, you'll realize that no matter what you've done, you haven't begun to. I don't understand why that would be. For example, if you're involved in in real estate, and you're proud of the time you bought a property for $10,000 off at 25, but the next guy turns around and says it's for $1 million, you realize how much more there is to grow. Yeah, listen, everybody can do better than you. I guess that is it's talking about the cure for arrogance. The cure for arrogance is to realize that you're not the best thing in the world. Okay, so why is avoiding arrogance a way to wisdom? if you're busy patting yourself on the back for what you achieved, and again, that's what 90% of people on Twitter are doing, you won't make an effort to do more. Blimey, have we seen that? Have we seen that where people are rewarded for identities and they will not do any more than be that identity? If you're constantly defending your opinions, you'll never be opening to hearing new ideas. Very good point. If you're arrogant about your ideas, you are limiting yourself. If you're grateful, you will grow. That's true. That's really true. If you experience pleasure in doing the right thing, then look for more pleasure. I don't understand how that one time said. But anyway, there you go. So avoid arrogance. Try and put yourself in context of reality, of where you are in the world. And most likely you're not the greatest human being ever to walk the face of the earth. But having said that, you're a pretty good person still, right? It is a balance, right? You can't walk around and say, "Oh, I'm nothing." You're not nothing. You are, I believe, in the image of God. I think you're, connected internally, intrinsically to God. You're a part of God, which makes you incredibly important. But the truth is, so's everybody else. And everyone is important. I remember there was a TV show of the late 80s, early 90s in the UK called A Very British Coup, which was about a very left-wing socialist government coming to power, and in the campaign for it. God, tell you, in the 80s that seemed kind of cool. Now it's kind of scary. So in the campaign for that, they'll say, but you're planning on abolishing first and second class train travel. He says, no. I'm abolishing second and third. I think we're all first class. That's the truth. That is the truth. I think that's the right attitude to look about. Be proud of your accomplishment. Be proud of yourself. Be proud of what you are. But equally understand everybody else should be equally proud. My name is Phil Becken, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.